Man, 2022 is the worst death years in this time. A lot of famous actors died in this year. Like, first, Sidney Poitier, Bob Saget, Ray Liotta, just to name a few. And I just found out recently the actor David Warner passed away, and I've been a fan since I've watched his movie, and the movie you may know him in is Titanic. And in this movie, he played as Billy Zane's enforcer, Spicer Lovejoy. And this is how I got introduced into David Warner movies. And since then, I watched him in so many movies like The Omen. If you guys want to get into thriller, The Omen is a good one. And I also watched him in Morgan, A Suitable Case for Treatment. This is how he became famous. And he had a little small role in Sidney Lumet's film The Deadly Affair, but he was excellent in this too. And let's see. The Ballad of Cable Hogue. This is the first time he worked with the director Sam Peckinpah. Sorry, I'm just catching my breath. He was the only Englishman in this American movie. And funny thing is, I watched this movie not that long ago, and I loved it. I fell in love with it completely. And now I see why was Sam Peckinpah's favorite film. Highly recommend it. If you want to get into Sam Peckinpah movie, this is the one. And another one I watched, is A Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. And in this, he played as Bob Cratchit. And I gotta say, I've seen many versions of A Christmas Carol. I gotta say, this is my favorite. And George and David is the reason why. They're both great in this movie. Guys, have never seen this version of A Christmas Carol? Check it out. The next one is a fun traveling movie, Time After Time, with Malcolm McDowell. And in this, he plays as an alias who is turned out to be known as Jack the Ripper. This was a fun movie. Highly recommend it. And another one is a anthology TV movie, and it's called Body Bags. And he was in one story, and it's called Hair with Stacy Keach. I love these anthology horror films. Those are the best. Anthology horror film are the best. And another anthology horror film I watched is From Beyond the Grave, and a lot of good casting, British actors in this movie. We got David Warner, Donald Pleasance, just to name it, Leslie Ann Down, just to name a few. If you guys like horror and especially anthology films, I would recommend this movie. Even though he had a small role, but it's memorable, he was in Scream 2. He played as the drama teacher where Sydney goes to college at. I love Scream so much. And if you guys have not seen any Scream movies, I would check it out if you want to get into horror. And another one is, you guys may also know him in Tron, where he plays as Sark, and Dillinger, and the Master Control Room. I've heard about this movie for years, but I didn't watch it till 5 or 4 years ago, and I love this movie. If you guys wanted to know what a computer looks like inside, check this movie out. If you guys have Disney Plus, this is also on Disney Plus too. But I don't mind having this movie. There's certain Disney movies I don't mind having. Is this and Pirates of the Caribbean. Worth watching. And the next one is In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter's movie with Sam Neill. He only had a small role in here too, but no matter what he plays in, he always is good in every movie, no matter how big or small it is. If you guys want to get into John Carpenter movies, this is one of the movies you guys should check out. I'm going to switch my arm. My arm is tired. And the next one is the second Sam Peckinpah movie he was in. And it's with Dustin Hoffman, and it's called Straw Dogs. I gotta say, when I watched this movie, I love the movie, but if you guys can't handle extreme, intense movies, this isn't a movie you shouldn't be watching. But if you guys can handle it, I would highly recommend watching this movie. Dustin Hoffman, Suzanne George, and David Warner were great in this movie. Funny thing is, in this movie, his role was uncredited, but his role, he had a lot of scenes in this movie. And the reason why his role was uncredited is because the producers and his agent were having problems with the billing. The billing is where the actors' names appear in, and they couldn't agree on where his name should be. So David Warner just said, "Have not," in his words, "why not have my name not on the credits?" Because that's all they're arguing about. And he didn't care, because he already did with Sam Peckinpah, and he did a lot of movies too. And before I watched this movie, I knew he was in it because on IMDb said he was in it, and I didn't understand why his name was uncredited, but it was good to know because he didn't really want to make a big deal about it. And honestly, I wouldn't make a big deal about it either. As long as he did the job and got paid, he was okay. And in this movie, he had 2 canes because he was actually limping in this. His character limps in this movie, but in reality, he was limping because he had an accident in Rome that. Honestly, I think when he was in the hospital, he did think he was going to walk again. I didn't think he was ever going to work again, but Sam Peckinpah had faith in him. Great movie. Check it out if you guys never seen a Dustin Hoffman movie. And then another one is Batman Beyond. In this, he played one episode, but he played that same character in Batman the Animated Series and Batman and Superman the Animated Series. And his character he played is Ra's al Ghul. I gotta say, Liam Neeson and David Warner are the best Ra's al Ghuls. And I love Batman Beyond since I was a kid. And I'm so glad I have this. And I've been a Batman fan since I was a kid. And let's see. Another one I watched is Time Bandits, and he played a really good bad guy in this movie. And the last Sam Peckinpah movie he played in was Cross of Iron, with good casting with James Coburn, Maximilian Schell, James Mason, and Santa Berger. I love these kind of movies, these war movies. And let's see. Oh, I forgot one more movie I have not out. Let's see. He was also great in the Star Trek motion picture movies, and he played in the let's see, the fifth and the sixth. In the fifth, he played as a human, and the sixth, he played as a Klingon. Worth checking out. Let's see what else. And the last one I watched was one of this movie he was in was Hitler's SS Portrait of Evil, where he plays as Heydrich. I don't remember his first name, but it was a Nazi TV movie. And he also played that same character in a miniseries which had Meryl Streep and James Woods, and it's called The Holocaust. And I heard he did, it was the most painful role he ever been in. I don't know why he said it was the most painful role, but it was the most painful role according to him. The movies I watched him the most is Titanic and The Omen. And I liked him in The Omen so much. A year or probably last year, or 2 years, I got an autographed picture of him, and he personalized it. And I got it on GalaxyCon Live on Facebook, and then there's a website to it. And I told him to write to BD Anthony, and it says, "If you don't do it, I will." David Warner, aka Keith Jennings, his character he plays in. And that is my favorite line he said before something really bad happens to him in the movie. And another autograph I got was a poster of Tron with his name on it. And I got that from the GalaxyCon sale. This is how much I love David Warner. And the movies I have not watched yet is The Seagull and Perfect Friday. I chose to do this video because I've been a fan of him. Like I said, I've been a fan of him since Titanic, and I thought he was one of England's greatest character actors. It's sad that he passed away, but everybody who is a movie fan will remember him, like I do. David, keep entertaining people up there in heaven. We'll see you on the other side. Again, very sad, but it's life. You're gonna die eventually. David, keep being a great actor up in heaven. Have a good day, everybody.